Assalamualaikum and greetings to all. I am Aina Atira, a representative from the Human Resources Department of Petualang Travel and Tours. Today, I will present a report on issues that were raised by the Employees Union and suggestions that can be taken into consideration to solve the issues. But before that, we would like to present the new 2022 commercial video from Petualang Travel and Tours for our travel promotion.
Are you dreaming of enjoying a relaxing vacation but don't know how to go about it? Or has your present travel agency been ripping you off yet offering substandard service? Traveling to a new place can be quite stressful, time-consuming, and sometimes financially deliberating. This is why you need to employ one of the best travel agencies.
Holiday Petualang.
I hope you enjoyed the new 2022 commercial video from Petualang Travel and Tours. Without further ado, we will proceed with our agenda for today. Looking back at the pandemic outbreak that happened back in the year 2020, the government and the policymakers took directive measures such as lockdown to minimize social movement and infection among the citizens. Undoubtedly, the COVID-19 outbreak has brought swift and unexpected variables that some of the businesses' existing crisis management were not prepared to endure. In the wake of the coronavirus pandemic, few industries have fallen apart as far and as fast as tourism. The community's everyday life have become immobilized. Correspondingly, this situation leaves the travel industry to a halt due to restrictions on borders and major event cancellations. Eventually, this report aims to comprehensively explain the overview of the company's overall performance in the preceding year. Specifically, as shown are the specific objectives of the report. First and foremost, the main issue reported is retrenchment. As a tourism agency which is severely affected due to the outbreak of COVID-19 and the shrinking income and profit of business players globally, the agency has come to a decision to cut 10% of its workforce to recover from the financial impact brought by the country's first MCO. The decision was made as Petualang Travel and Tours have to restructure the business to create a leaner workforce, reduce operating costs, and cope with the impact of the current landscape of the global and local economy. With that, Petualang Travel and Tours has come out with the best communication strategy as a solution to the issue. As an introduction, frequent communication during a crisis such as retrenchment is critical. When leaders communicate with urgency, transparency, and empathy, it helps people adjust to the constantly changing conditions crises bring. At times, when so many people are experiencing bad news and negative consequences largely not of their own doing, leaders need to be the best support system. Therefore, frequent appropriate communication reduces fear and uncertainty and ensures that employees are being heard. Among the ways to ensure continuous and frequent proper communication with retrenched employees, Petualang Travel and Tours is recommended to arrange for job search workshops and refer employees to the other companies. Through these suggestions, the employees will have greater employability, more work opportunities at other companies, and have adequate period for other job search. Moving on, the second issue is the notice of termination. The resurgence of COVID-19 cases has caught the nation's capital once again off guard and will potentially overburden the already teetering economic climate. Subsequently, the agency suffered serious financial difficulties. Indeed, Petualang Travel and Tours have explored many options before deciding to terminate their employees, but unfortunately, termination is unavoidable to ensure the business financial stability. Consequently, 5% of the employees amounting to 500 employees are currently being served with notice of termination. Accordingly, be transparent and avoid misleading information by stating clearly the reason for termination at the early stage will give the employees time to react and be well prepared for the bad news. Moreover, choosing the right word to say to the employees that are going to be terminated is also important to ensure that the communication is done in a compassionate and sensitive manner. When leaders demonstrate honesty and empathy when communicating, it aids individuals in adjusting to the continuously shifting circumstances that crisis cause. Therefore, it's very critical for employees to communicate early before the public notice of termination so they can be mentally well prepared. Further, it will be better for the agency to take care of them by supporting them through the trying times with either financial support or emotional support to ease the initial shock. Next, 69% of employees claim experiencing burnout symptoms while working from home. Employees are currently struggling to set work boundaries as well as preserve their energy and mental health during the work from home period. For that reason, this new trait toward employee welfare and productivity is called burnout. There are three main characteristics of burnout, which are exhaustion, negative feelings toward the job, and reduced professional efficacy. With reference to the survey, half of the employees are stressed by information overload across devices and more than one-third feel overwhelmed with too much information and application to check each day. The data suggests this information overload is having a leading factor for burnout as employees feel exhausted, dislike their job, and their professional efficacy is reduced. Thereupon, establishing a good routine on how, when, and where to share information on digital platforms is crucial to avoid burnout. Further, 84% of the employees reported work from home contributes to lack of motivation. In the context of working from home, it is crucial for employees to stay motivated while working similar to being at the office. However, realistically speaking, it's easier said than done since remaining motivated while working from home is very challenging due to various reasons. With the pandemic, working remotely has become the new normal. Hence, no boss is looking over your shoulder to keep you in check or monitor your behavior. What more the distraction at home, starting with the refrigerator, television, and social media, just to name a few, hinder employees from remaining motivated to do work. As a solution, providing timely feedback and recognition is useful to make your employees feel appreciated. When an employee does a good job, acknowledging their achievement with a little praise will go a long way in boosting their morale. It can be in the form of a public or private recognition or award, commendation, promotion, or bonus. In the same light, giving your workers quality feedback is a great way to keep them engaged, motivated, and set goals to do better. Lastly, 83% of the employees said their work-life balance has deteriorated because of working from home. At some point, employees find themselves spending more time at work than their sedentary activities. Previously, the normal working hours for employees were on weekdays from 9 to 5. However, due to the current circumstances, everyone needs to be flexible in terms of time. Due to the non-fixed working hours during work from home, employees experience blurred work boundaries which impact their work-life balance. To resolve the issue, employees need to communicate proactively and often with the supervisor if they face any difficulties while working remotely. Everyone will be understanding of unexpected delays in your project due to any emergency at home as long as it doesn't sound like an excuse. Keeping all the relevant stakeholders up to date with your progress indicates responsibility and demonstrates ownership, which is a key factor in making people trust you. This is because the importance of communicating proactively during work from home is to gain moral support from colleagues and the organization. Correspondingly, it will spark the drive for everyone to cooperate, be more understanding of each other, and disciplined in performing their job. In summary, profit and loss are not the only economic characteristics that describe a business, nor are legal requirements and laws. Economic systems, like everything else, are based on shared ethics and moral principles and standards that underpin human social life. Therefore, as ethical leaders, it is utmost important to listen actively to all of the issues and concerns raised by the employees. Undeniably, the board management should act as guardians who are at all times entrusted for the welfare, job satisfaction, and productivity of the employees. Comparable with what Allah has mentioned in the Holy Quran, Surah An-Nisa, verse 58, and Hadith Sahih Muslim and Bukhari. Ultimately, the board management must be proactive and resolve all of the problems at the earliest opportunity by adopting the communication strategies and actions suggested. That is all from me. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.